Hey, it's Chris Morrell from the PlayStation blog here at Lucas with Pat Alvarado, product marketing manager for, as you can see, Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron. Before we kind of get into the game, why don't you tell us a little bit about where we are with the Star Wars Battlefront series? Obviously, Renegade Squadron was the last time we saw it, right?
Yes, Renegade Squadron was the last title that we released. It was a PSP exclusive. Came out 2 years ago, did very well. And Star Wars Battlefront Elite Squadron is essentially the follow-up sequel to Renegade Squadron.
Okay, so where are we in the sequel?
So, this is actually a pretty exciting product for us. This is actually the biggest Star Wars Battlefront experience that we put out. So, we kind of kid around here. We talk about this thing literally bursting at the seams. We've got an all new kind of epic ground, space, and capital ship connected Battlefront. In this title, we have a brand new epic original story, which I'll tell you a little bit more about. And then we've also gone back and kind of revisited all the features that fans have come to kind of know, expect, and love from the Battlefront franchise, and we've just blown them all out to really make this thing just this huge epic experience. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, give us some examples of some of those features.
So the connected Battlefront, that's something that's pretty amazing. We do a lot of kind of post-purchase sort of surveys when we release titles here, and for Renegade Squadron, we went back and we asked the fans, what do you want to see in a sequel? Because they had made it, their voice heard loud and clear that they did in fact want to see a sequel, and they said we want to be able to play not just on ground, not just in space anymore, but we want to actually go back and forth in between them. We want to connect to Battlefront, so we've delivered that. We want an original story. That's something that's kind of new to Battlefront. Battlefront's always been about kind of fighting these epic Star Wars battles any way you want, but now you can actually play an original story campaign, a story that actually spans the entire Star Wars saga and beyond into some cool extended universe stuff. And then, just everything that's made Star Wars Battlefront so great, from the customization to just all the vehicles to, playing as a Jedi and Force powers and all that kind of stuff, and the worlds and the characters. We've just blown it out even, further beyond what's been possible in the past for the biggest one yet, so we're excited.
So if I was sort of a newcomer to the Star Wars Battlefront series on PSP, would this be a place that I could just start and jump in with Elite Squadron?
Yes, definitely. This is, pick up and play accessibility is what this thing's all about. So here, I'm going to actually jump into a little single-player instant action mode, and the level that I like to show people is Hoth. So I'm actually going to start out, I'm going to be a Rebel Alliance, I'm going to start out on the ground. Now remember, from the films, Battle of Hoth, here's the ion cannon here. Remember, the Rebels were actually using the ion cannon to actually shoot and disable the shields on capital ships that were in orbit above the battle. So we have that here. And not only can we use that ion cannon to disable the shields on these capital ships, those capital ships can actually shoot back at us. But that's not necessarily where this ends. I will actually, not where the connection ends, I'll jump into this X-Wing here, and I will show you guys just how this full connectivity works. So now, not only can I, take this X-Wing, I could actually use it to strafe the ground battle, help out down here if I wanted to. I can actually use this thing to transition into space. As I transition into space here, just note that ground battle is still happening, right? So we left the ground, but everything that's happening down there affects what's happening in space. Everything I do in space now will affect what's going on the ground. And if I had taken control of that ion cannon, I could actually board that capital ship. I would have taken out these shields, depleted those to zero. That would have let us actually get on board there. I could continue the fight on board the ship. I could blow it up. You name it, I can do it. Here, I'll take out one of these TIE fighters really quickly, and just something to notice when I do this. Here, maybe this guy. Let's see if I'm any good here. So point values. Every unit, every vehicle has a point value associated with it. So this instant action mode, again, pick up and play accessibility. I've just jumped into Hoth, but we're in a big epic battle race to 1,000 points, right? So imagine playing this with your friends, and not just a couple friends, but 16 players, multiplayer, ground, space, and everything in between. It's a massive, massive experience.
So is there a way to tell exactly what's going on the ground, or is it when you go back to the ground?
There is. We've kind of got the volume turned down here, but there's a VO sort of prompt that kind of, guides you through these battles. So there is, so for the Rebels, our guy right now is kind of saying, hey, we need you on the ground. We need you to take control of the ion cannon. That's the best way to knock out the shields on these capital ships. And then if we were the Imperials, to be honest, it would be saying the same thing. It's kind of a race to hold this ion cannon, get those shields down, kind of get the most points. And as you can imagine, a ship like a capital ship is definitely going to have a high point value in one of these instant action battles. Every vehicle is in some way, shape, or form able to be manned and used in the game. So I can jump in the snow speeder. I could actually take out, I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, there he is. So there's the AT-AT. I could do the old classic hook and pulley around the AT-AT if I wanted to. These tauntauns are great quick transport across the field of battle here. So I'm actually going to use this guy to help me get over to the ion cannon command post here and see if I can't engage a little ground battle for you. This is actually offering a good segue into story. So it's offering me the ability right now to play as a hero, and all the instant action battles offer you the ability to do that. In this case, we're going to play as a Jedi, and this Jedi is X2. He is a new character that is being introduced with the story for Elite Squadron. Basically, he is a elite clone trooper, and the premise of this story is that he's basically got to choose between a twin brother and what he believes to be right for himself down the light or dark side of the Force. This is the command post that runs the ion cannon. So what I'll do here is, let me just make sure these guys are all gone, and they seem to be. So let me run over here to the ion cannon. I can show you guys what's going on here. So this is the control panel for the ion cannon, and I don't want to shoot ours, but I want to shoot the Empire shields. And if you can see here on the right, our ion cannon is charging. So once we grab this command post, the ion cannon is going to charge, and I'm actually running out of health. To play the heroes, this is a lightsaber, and you basically have a time meter on your lightsaber for how long you can be the hero character. You can keep that up by the more enemies that you destroy. We really did go back and take all the kind of cool features that we've introduced over the past few games and kind of blown them out, and one of those is character customization. So at any command post, I can actually kind of choose to do any one of 5 preset character loadouts, and this is weaponry here, and then I have three customizable ones. These will give you access to now just hundreds of new kind of primary, secondary, tertiary weapons, health bonuses, speed bonuses, you name it. You can truly customize this guy any way you want for a really personalized experience. And not only can you do the weapons loadout and sort of your health and all that kind of stuff, you can actually do the way the character looks. The instant action mode that I just jumped into is pretty easy, right? You just jump in, you pick an instant action mode, you pick the level that you want to play, the world you want to play. All 12 worlds are available to you right from the beginning. You can set it up in the Galactic Civil War era, you can set it up in the Clone War era, anything you want to do. And basically, infrastructure mode, that's the online mode. You can play with up to 16 friends, and you can set up the game any way you want, 8 on 8. Play with some buddies against AI, whatever you want to do. So campaign is the story mode. So again, this original story spans the entire Star Wars saga and beyond, about an elite clone trooper, X2, who was a guy that we got to play in the game. This guy's got to choose between his brother, the loyalty of his brother, and what he believes to be right for his own path to the light or dark side of the Force. And basically, you're going to complete it. It's more mission and objective based, but it's going to take you through all 12 levels and all of the connected battlefronts as you proceed through this story. So.